Well, I grew up in Pittsburgh, and I started playing the harp when I was very little, and I studied with Gretchen Van Hoosen, who's still the principal harpist of the Pittsburgh Symphony to this day. I studied with her for 12 years. And then I did my undergrad at the Eastman School of Music with Kathleen Bride, which was one of the greatest 4 years of my life. And Kathleen Bride and I are still a duo and in touch. She's a wonderful mentor to me. And then actually, while I was in my senior year at Eastman, the only job in the country that opened was for harp for the United States Army Field Band. So I went and took the audition, didn't want to go take the audition, but she told me to, and won that job. And a week after graduating from Eastman, I went to basic training. That was the worst summer of my life, but I was very strong coming out of it. And I moved to the DC area and was with the band for 3 years, and 1 enlistment, and decided I wanted to go get my master's. I started taking orchestra auditions at that point and knew I needed to get out of the Army. So I moved to Chicago. I went to Chicago College of Performing Arts, which is part of Roosevelt University, and studied with Sarah Bullen, who's the principal harpist of the Chicago Symphony. And in my first year there, I won the job here in Denver and moved to Denver to join the Colorado Symphony. And I've been here 20 years, which is insane. I can't believe that. And I've been teaching privately for all 20 years. I started teaching some at Metropolitan State University while I was here. And then I just finished up 5 years teaching at Colorado State University. And now I'm beginning my teaching here at Lamont School of Music. My teaching philosophy is mostly dealing with positivity. I am one of those teachers because of things I've experienced in my past where I don't believe in using negative words. I believe in positive reinforcement at all times. I like my students, I like to figure out what their abilities are and take them as far as I possibly can with them. Obviously, technique is one of the most important things on the harp. I want them to have technical facility so that they can do whatever they want with the instrument in the end, and musicality. Within my studio, I want positivity. I always encourage my students to become friends, support each other. They're allowed to have a little fun with challenging each other, but it's always about forming that bond so that, eventually later in your life, you still have those people in your life as colleagues and as friends. And I teach from all the main repertoire for the harp, solo, chamber, orchestral, but I'm always open to new things, new diverse projects, contemporary pieces, that kind of thing. So at Lamont, the harp students will have a 1-hour private lesson with me every week. There's a harp studio class every week that's an hour where we meet all together in a masterclass setting to practice performing, to encourage each other, give each other advice, that kind of thing. I do teach a harp pedagogy class once a year, which helps the students learn how to teach themselves so that they can go out into the world and do that. There are 2 main ensembles. There's the orchestra and the wind ensemble, so they will have opportunities to play in both. Plus, chamber music is a requirement, and they can do the normal harp repertoire chamber music, such as the Debussy Trio, to doing more obscure things, like we could do harp ensemble or 3 harps or 2 harps, but that's kind of what their daily musical part of their life would be at Lamont. I want all of my students at Lamont to graduate, no matter if undergrad, a master's, artist diploma, whatever, with the knowledge and the ability to be able to teach, to play in a chamber group, be in an orchestra professionally, or even just on the side, and freelance, be able to play for parties and weddings and all those kind of things. It's important to learn how to do everything so that when they graduate, they have that opportunity and never have to turn work down. Well, I would love students to come to DU and Lamont because number one, they want to come study with me. We'd have a great time together, and I try to be as encouraging as possible. Plus, the facilities at Lamont School of Music are amazing, such as this recital hall. The other faculty are amazing, everybody's supportive, and it's just a wonderful place to come study. Also, the city of Denver has grown so much and has so much culture in it and so much to do. And of course, we live in Colorado, which is one of the most beautiful places in the US, with the mountains as our backyard. And also, since I'm in the symphony, there are opportunities for very advanced players to possibly even come sub with me in the Colorado Symphony.